Hi, welcome back. In the last video I started my journey documenting the development of my first mobile game, currently known as Tower Game. Still need to come up with a good name though. And by the way, you can download my previous game, Paper and Boy, on itch.io, link in the description. I started to work on the player controller. First thing I did was make the character hang on the climbing rock. To do that, I created a child object of the player and called it body. On the body object, I put the sprite renderer and the collider. To make the player object position be in the hands of the sprite. This way when the character collides with the rock, the character hangs on with their hand, otherwise, the character would hang with his belly. Like this. And the character is not actually hanging on the rocks. What really happens is that the character's rigid body is changed to kinematic when it touches the rock's collider. So no gravity affecting him, and he also receives the same velocity as the rock. Next, I used the new input system to make the character jump. When the jump button is pressed, the character's rigid body is changed to dynamic, and some velocity is applied on the y-axis. To make the character jump to the left and right, I just applied some velocity to the x-axis. Negative value to go left, and positive to go right. At this point, the game was playable, but not quite good yet. Next step was to set up the animations. I had this animation for the main action of my character done. However, I had to break it down on multiple animation clips. One for jumping, one for being in the air, and one for landing. Next I made the game restart when you fall off the screen. And I faced the first design problem of my game. My goal was to make the rocks spawn randomly between these three columns. But sometimes, the rocks are spawned on the two edges, so it's impossible to reach the next rock. I had to make a rule that if the current rock is on the edge, the next one can only be on the same column, or on the middle column. So now, there's always a place you can jump. I made a score system for the game. For each rock you successfully land, you get 10 points. At this point, I already had a gameplay loop, and I decided to take a little break from gameplay stuff to do buttons and menus. I made this pause panel. And a game over screen. By playing the game, I realized it was too easy. Because if you, for instance, press to go right, and there's a rock on the center column, the character would grab on it. So I had to manually change this. If you press to go right, even if there's a rock above him, he's gonna ignore it. It's a bit more challenging now. The next step was to set up the main enemy of the game. The dragon. But that's for the next video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like the video and subscribe for the next episodes. Bye.